Hello, friends. Susan Axelrod here, the Confidence Coach. It's good to see you. I have missed you. Last week, I took off my live for the entire week because I had my Sedona women's trip, which was during my 60th birthday week. Not only did I take off from my social media work, but I did not even open my laptop one time. This is absolutely remarkable. By the time Friday came and I was cleaning out my hotel room from the trip, and I looked at my laptop and I realized it was in the same exact place that I had dropped it Monday morning when I checked in, I was astounded. But I was also gratified because I really, truly did my trip in exactly the way that I wanted to be. Going into a new decade in the past for me has been fraught with worry and anxiety about aging. Anyone who knows me knows that I had breakthrough when I was 47, 48, and 49 years old on the way to turning 50, which was a pretty traumatic thing for me at that time. The reason was that I realized through coaching and therapy is that I've been a leader. I had been a leader for a long time. I stepped into my leadership when I was about 14, when I started in high school, sometime during the first year of high school. I started leading, I started speaking, I started organizing, connecting, networking, and I continued that from then on. And so when I was in my late 20s and turning 30, and then in my 30s coming into 40, I had already acted old for a long time. So when 47 came and I had my personal implosion about the fact that I was actually turning old at 50, I really took stock. Over the next decade, the last 10 years of my life, I have committed to moving confidently forward in my life. The third book that I published is called Dear Younger Self. And it starts with a letter to my younger self. And one of the things that I say is breathe more, think less, and ultimately work to get comfortable in your own skin as it is, not as others say it should be, or as the devil's soul in you thinks it should be. Over the last decade, I worked to get in control of my thoughts and therefore my mind. And I worked to get in control of my body and therefore my physical well-being. And I worked to get in control of my soul and therefore my spirit. And that is how I sit here before you today. I turned 60 last week. And while it was not a traumatic event for me, it was actually fun because I intentionally created my Sedona women's trip on the week of my birthday. I still and all did quite a lot of reflecting. I do so much reflection now. I work so much less and think in a reflective state so much more. My work with people, the clients who find me and ask to work with me is so much deeper. I don't go wide anymore. I don't even aspire to going wide. I only aspire to go deep because it's so much more fun. It's so rewarding and the outcomes are so extreme. I have many clients I've been working with for years on end, not because I haven't been successful, but quite to the contrary, because together in coaching partnership, we've worked together so well that they continue to grow and want more and do more and achieve more and then create more. And so that is definitely some of the reflection that I've been doing over the last year's time, as I knew I would be obviously coming into my 6th decade, my 60th birthday. For many years, as I have come into the zero birthday, the dreaded zero birthday, I have actually looked ahead over the entire decade and reflected and thought deeply about what I would want that decade to look like. Today, I have so many people in my circle, in my own Facebook group, which is called Discovering You Again for Women in the Second Half of Life, and in my personal friend group, and people I know from synagogue and people I know from community things, etc., who are in their late 60s, 70, into their 70s, and even some of my mother's friends who are in their mid 80s, who are such amazing role models for me, as my mother was one of my role models. And so I stand or sit before you today as a role model for younger women who are in their anxiety place, they're in their depressive place, they're in their place of worry or insecurity and unconfidence. And I want to send out so much love to each and every one of you. I'm at this point, I have 5 clients who have hired me and pay me who are under the age of 40, 2 who are under the age of 35, because as they say, I want what you have. One of my clients said to me today, I want to be like you when I'm turning 60. Well, of course she meant it from love. And I'm like, yeah, I know you mean when you're old like I am, you want to be like this. Well, I said to her the same thing I want to say to you. It starts from learning to open your mind and get control of your thoughts. And then from there, you can work on your whole mind and then your body and then your soul. It's a journey of a lifetime, really, in the end. I just said to another colleague, I'm not 100% pristinely or supremely confident every minute of every day. That's not what being the confidence coach means. I'm human. And I face whatever conditions are shown to me, whatever emotions come up for me. Working with Cornelia Stephanie, reading her book, Peace, The Flip Side to Anger, I've learned to do emotional processing, which has supported my heart, my physical body, and my soul, and so much more. So going confidently forth into a new decade, what does that look like for you? How old are you now? How old do you feel? What is the next decade visiting with you? You don't have to call out your age, because really, as I'm learning, it's mostly how I feel. After weeks of preparation for my trip, which I was so excited about, so enthusiastic about, and so happy about, and then being there in full energy with everyone, I was so happy to be there. I didn't crash on Friday evening when the last person left. I walked my dog, and then the next day I walked my dog again, and then I moved over the weekend because I still had energy. That's what being happy and comfortable in your own skin can do for you. It can increase your energy no matter what your body type or how old you are, because your energy is all in your mind, your heart, and your soul. All right, friends, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me. Go confidently forth into your next decade. See you tomorrow for Live at 5. Bye-bye.